It's an AT&T 5G call to the field. We're going to Indianapolis, to Israel Solomon, who designed these awesome numbers you see on the back of the MLS kits in honor of Juneteenth this weekend. They come with an incredible box. All the players are getting them. They're going to sign them. They're going to wear them. Then they're going to be auctioned off. It's a project we're really happy about, and we're also happy to be talking to you, Israel. This is incredible. I checked your out, man. I saw the numbers. I was like, hold on, let me see what he's doing. Congratulations on the project, and congratulations on everything you accomplished. It's beautiful.
Oh, Andrew, thank you very much. It's much appreciated. I'm so happy to be linked up with Major League Soccer and Black Players for Change, and to be able to produce this work is just an honor to me.
So tell us how it started, what the process was like, and how you want people to see, or how you think people might see the end product on the jerseys, but also, as I said, on this box, which we'll tweet out so you can all see. It's really a work of art.
Yeah, it's wonderful. You know, I'm so happy to be able to collaborate with MLS and BPC for this. So the way that this project started is I linked up with Ray Gaddis, and Ray Gaddis had been following me on Instagram, and I follow him as well over the last few years. And you know, I post my work. That's what I mainly use my Instagram for, is just to post progress images, post my work and things of that nature. And Ray from time to time would reach out to me and tell me I'm doing great work and keep up the good work and just being extremely positive. And a couple of months ago, Ray linked up with me and wanted to have a phone conversation. And, you know, I was all for it. He said that he had, you know, a potential opportunity that I could work on. I know that he does a lot of great work here in the Indianapolis area. So I'm like, yeah, I'm all for it. I definitely would, you know, be willing to work with you on a cool project. So Ray passed my work over to Major League Soccer and Black Players for Change. And it just so happened that Major League Soccer and Black Players for Change is working on this project to commemorate and celebrate Juneteenth. They saw my work and they thought that it would be a great fit. And Justin Morrow was also in that contact as well. So the first individual that I spoke with outside of Ray Gaddis was Justin Morrow, who's the executive for Black Players for Change. And, you know, he expressed his sentiments about my work, and, you know, he was into what I do, and he was attracted to my work as well. And he is the one who introduced me to the Juneteenth Project. And, you know, they were both organizations were interested in what I do. And we had a meeting probably about a month ago or so. And, you know, we talked about the project, what the vision was, what the goal was, and that's how things got started. So, you know, just through those circumstances, you know, I became attached to this project. So one thing I would say, especially for individuals who are artists or are looking to grow as artists, is you never know who's, you know, paying attention and who's looking at your work. So, you know, you always want to try to present your best work, because there could be people from all across the world, all across different avenues, you know, that are looking at what you're doing. So once we got together and we had that meeting, there were discussions about, you know, what the work should represent and what it should say, you know. And with me being an educator, I'm a former middle school art teacher, and I've had other opportunities in education as well, like the Children's Museum of Indianapolis. I understand the importance of education. You know, to me, in order to progress in any field, you have to have an open mind and you have to be willing to listen and learn. And I think that, you know, with this Juneteenth project, you know, it's a great opportunity for individuals to do just that. And it was a learning process for me too. And, you know, I'm definitely open to that. It was a very collaborative piece. So Black Players for Change, I spoke with a few players from that organization, as well as some individuals just within the MLS organization. And one of the things that I noticed immediately was everybody that I spoke to was extremely passionate, and they felt authentic to me and they felt intentional. So that let me know that, you know, I was going to be in good hands throughout this process. So it ended up being a piece for me that I felt I could educate with. And the numbers, the messaging on the numbers are very upfront. You know, it's celebratory. It says Juneteenth, 1865, celebrate freedom. However, the box that the numbers come in was that opportunity for the messaging, for the storytelling, and for, the educational aspect. And, with those things, we collaborated, and I think that the product came out very well. And I'm amazed by the work, and I'm just happy to be a part of this. And I'm glad that I feel that my art translated well to this project.
Well, I can say just getting a look at the design and the colors and just the scheme, I'm thinking this is incredible. This might be the best Juneteenth work I've seen, and I haven't seen too much Juneteenth work, maybe just a year's worth, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I feel like for most people that I've come across, Juneteenth was really not prevalent. Not too many people I knew celebrated it. Not too many people I knew talked about it, were aware of it until George Floyd, and then people realized, whoa, we have to come together. And a holiday like this is what I think brings us back to how far we've come as a country, where we were, how can we celebrate Black history, but also not only Black history, Black culture, and where we are today, and how much work we still have to do, right? How much work is left to be done. When you look at your piece and your design, what strikes you most as far as that educational component? What are you trying to get across with your design?
Basically, what I wanted to get across was a sense of Black pride, for one. So I decided that when I was creating the piece and doing my research, I noticed that a lot of work that was inspired by Juneteenth included the red, the black, and the green, which is the Pan-African flag. So, I use a lot of bright and vibrant, bold colors in my work, light white, white colors, light blues, pinks, oranges. But I wanted this to be significant and, impactful in regards to the holiday. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to take those colors and I wanted to use those. I don't know the whole ins and outs of the flag. I'm not going to say that I know the complete history of the Pan-African flag, but I have a general understanding and like what the colors stand for as well. So, the red representing the blood that was shed and lost in the fight for freedom, the black representing the Black culture, us as a people, and then the green representing growth, the opportunity for growth, and the growth that's been made as well. So, I wanted those colors to be implemented into the design. And then inside of that, and, along with BPC and Major League Soccer, I wanted to recognize freedom fighters as well throughout our history. And that's why, we came up with having Harriet Tubman and Frederick Douglass represented, who were both abolitionists and, fought to end slavery. And they also fought for other things as well, like Frederick Douglass and women's suffrage and things of that nature. So I wanted those educational pieces to be added into the work. And then finally, inside of the fist that's within the box, basically, I just wanted a really small historical wrap up of what it is that we're celebrating and we're talking about and we're thinking about. And that's kind of where the education came into play.
I love the image as well. And before I let you go, I need to get your perspective on it on the bottom of the box, which I think is interesting. It's very educational through that. But if you flip it over to the bottom of the box, and sometimes that hides from you, right? That's the image. And you can kind of see it behind my shoulder a little bit here in Orlando at MLS's back. That long, 9-minute moment of silence, that demonstration by Black players for change, their moment to really come out in the world and say, this is what we're about and this is what we're going for. When you did your research into that side of it in Major League Soccer and this movement by PPC, what struck you?
What struck me is that the organization BPC Cares and MLS Cares as well. And that's what I get from it, because for them to stand in unity, to bring across a message, that's that poignant in a time like this. All organizations, sport organizations, companies, different things across the country, they don't have to do that. Those are not things that have to be done. I felt that, those things were intentional and they were honest and truthful. And, that makes me feel good about being part of this project. And just the image alone of the players, kneeling and standing in that protest with their fist up, it's very powerful. It's very impactful, and it says a lot. And one of the things that is on that box on the bottom where that image is a message stating own your voice. And that particular message came from Black Players for Change. Quincy, I don't want to mispronounce his last name, but
Ameriqua, yep.
Yes, he was very, he really wanted that message to stand out, and it resonated with me because being a former middle school teacher, one thing that I would try to tell my students is if you can't control your voice or who you are, then somebody else will. So you have to be able to control your voice. You have to be able to own your voice. And, ownership is important in other aspects of life, if we want to grow as a people and grow our culture. So, that it's an impactful piece altogether to me. And, if I were to sit here and say that, this was all my brainchild and I came up with the whole thing, no, it was not just me. It was a collaborative effort between myself, Black Players for Change, and Major League Soccer. And, I appreciate them giving me this opportunity.
You just made it beautiful. You just made it beautiful. That's
exactly. All. They didn't have the artistic talent, right? They had to bring in the vision. You were the vision, Israel.
I just put the shine on it.
Yeah, it's a good shine, man. It's a good shine. We look forward to seeing it on every single jersey this weekend. As I said, These are going to be worn. They're going to be signed. They're going to be auctioned off. The player reps for BPC and all 27 clubs are choosing organizations in their cities to donate the proceeds of this auction too. So that'll be trickled out over the next couple of months. You can own one of these. And again, it's worn, it's signed, it's something really special. It commemorates history. And maybe most importantly, it's time to educate yourself if you don't know what we're talking about when we say Juneteenth. Israel, thank you so much for your time. Your work is amazing, man. Outside of this, I really love digging into what you're doing. And best of luck in everything you do.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Andres. I appreciate this opportunity. You all have a great day.
Did you enjoy that? Was that right up your alley? Well, go subscribe to Extratime wherever you listen to podcasts. You can also check the full shows on the MLS YouTube channel right over here, and you could subscribe to the MLS channel right here. Thanks for listening and watching, everybody.